All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome out to the campus of St. Andrews as we are bringing you game one of softball season for your Highlanders, and they look to take on the St. Anthony Yellow Jackets. AJ Revelo here, bringing you all the action as best you can. Got a crowd with me here this afternoon. We're first day of softball, so everybody's on the toes. We seem to have some scoreboard issues on your camera here, as you can see down the first baseline, but we're going to make do with it. I'll keep you up to date on everything that's going on. So for the Highlanders, we're going to have Morgan Harrison up on the mound. Jay Carter out by the plate. Starting lineup for the Yellow Jackets. Oh. Ball. There we go. He saw one strike, and that was a ball, so base on ball. All right, I think we're back. And she's going to make it to second on a wild pitch, so I'll draw that, and I'm going to put WP for a wild pitch. And she's on second. All right, let's try this again, and hopefully we can get back on. There's that, there's that. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. Working on getting everything underway and on for you. We are working on the scoreboard, and that's why we kind of lost a little connectivity here shortly, but we should be back. You should be watching. Batting orders we were going over for the Yellow Jackets as Anna Lundberry was on to lead off. She was walked on pitches over to first, and she stole second on a wild pitch. Daniela Clark ended up getting on first on an error. Yeah, she hit a line drive, little grounder over to third, and wasn't able to pick it up in time. As second pitch is coming up, it's going to be a strike, as the runners did advance on that one. So runners in scoring position so far here for, excuse me while I get situated, for the Yellow Jackets, as they're looking to possibly strike early. Lundberry on third, Clark on second, as Morgan Harrison, first game of the year, still trying to shake the cobwebs off just a bit. As here's your pitch. That one's going to be in the dirt. And if my count's correct, we're looking at a 2-1 count. And it is correct. Thank you, Mr. Ump. Harrison with the pitch. That one dropped a little early. Count goes 2-2. Sophia Viacron, second base, is out on the plate, as that one goes a little bit too high. That one's going to be ball 4, and she'll make it over to first base on the walk, which brings up bases loaded here early in top of the first. fix my wonderful computer here. That one swung on down the left line. It's going to roll foul, though, as Liliana Lucio up on the plate. Counts 0-1. Harrison. The 0-1 pitch. It's going to be a little wide right, outside. Count goes 1-1. That one's going to be a little bit too high. Makes your count 2-1. Liana Lucio for the Yellow Jackets will be the starting pitcher here when the bottom of the first rolls around, as that one is going to hit the dirt before the plate. That'll bring your count 3-1 with the bases loaded. As Harrison is looking to hopefully not give up a run. As that one's right down the middle, swung hard towards left field, and that one's going to be just inside the fence. Picked up by Nadia Shu. She's going to toss it in, but not before all three runners get across. That's going to be a double for Lucio. And let's see here. That's going to bring our score. Yellow Jackets taking an early lead here in the bottom of the first. The 3 is that one. It's going to be a ball, and Lucio's going to head on over to third. Sarah Samuels, right field, is out on the plate. Southpaw batter. There's that one right down the middle. Beautiful pitch by Harrison. That's going to be strike 1 for Samuels. Brings the count 1-1. Harrison swung on and missed. And Samuels took a crack at that one. And that's actually going to be strike 3. Yeah. So, I do apologize, folks. Looks like there was a pitch I missed on that one, as that was going to be strike 3. And Samuels is going to go down swinging. Up next, Janelle Reyna for the Yellow Jackets. Catcher. With the runner on third, that one is going to hit the dirt right in front of the plate. Lucio's going to take off towards home, and she's going to walk across there on the wild pitch. And that's going to bring your score 4-0. Reyna, no outs for Harrison, as she's going to watch that one go across. Brings your count 2-0. That one from Harrison is going to be high. 3-0's the count for Reyna. Bases empty and no outs, with Emily Lundberry and Amora Gonzalez on deck. That one's going to go wayward for Harrison. And Reyna is going to get walked over to first. Emily Lundberry, third base. Up to the plate. Here's the pitch. That one low inside. Going to bring ball 1 for Harrison. That one's going to drop right over the plate. Exactly what Harrison was going for there. That'll bring your count 1-1 for Lundberry. Harrison, another pitch swung on. It's going to be a strike. Wild pitch, though, and Reyna is going to make her way over to second base on the steal. Count's going to go 1-2 here for Lundberry, though, and Harrison with a chance to get the first out here of the first inning. Swung on, it was going to get chopped up and take a nice little roll down the foul line, so that goes out. Count's going to stay 1-2 here for Lundberry. With one runner, Reyna over in scoring position at second. That one way up high. Reyna is going to go ahead and stroll on over to third. As Lundberry has got the count at 2-2 now. As Harrison is still trying to find that last strike. There's the pitch. Doesn't get the drop she was looking for. Count goes full, 3-2. Let's see what Harrison has for him. There's the pitch. Another high pitch by Harrison, and Lundberry is going to make her way over to first on the walk. Reyna will hold fast over at third. Amore Gonzalez up next. First base. And she looks to bring Janelle Reyna home. That one rolled in the dirt. It's going to take a hop off of the foot of Gonzalez. And she will be over to first, only hit by a pitch. Which means bases are loaded now with Reyna at third, Lundberry at second, Gonzalez at first, and Daynella Mora Espinosa left field up to the plate. No outs, excuse me, one out here still in the first as that one goes low for ball one. That one swung on and missed as it hit the dirt. Count goes to 1-1. As that pitch makes a nasty drop right before the plate for Harrison. Count goes 1-2 for Espinosa. And here's the pitch. And again, and Espinosa's going to go down looking for out number 2. Top of the lineup. Coming back out here for the Yellow Jackets is Anna Lundberry. Out on the plate. Bases loaded, 2 outs. That one's going to catch the outside edge for Harrison. Strike one. So Reyna at third, Lundberry at second, and Amore Gonzalez at first. As that pitch is a little outside, count goes 1-1 with Anna Lundberry at the plate. She was walked for first at bat earlier this inning. Swung on and missed. It'll be strike 2 for Lundberry. And she was able to make it all the way home and score for the first run here for the Yellow Jackets. On a double by Eliana Lucio. That one from Harrison a little too high. As you see our official shake his head no. It's going to bring your count 2-2. Our scoreboard lights up a bit. There it is. It's dancing for everybody. We're going to get it soon. As that one's going to hit the dirt out in front. Counts full, 3-2. Bases loaded with 2 outs.
I think they're over there messing with the box.
Harrison with a 3-2 pitch. That's going to be up high. And Lundberry's going to get walked over to first, which is going to allow Janelle Reyna to come across on the walk. Brings your score 5-0 here early in the first. So Emily Lundberry over at third, Amore Gonzalez at second, and Anna Lundberry at first as that first pitch is in the dirt for Harrison. It's ball one. Shortstop Daniela Clark getting another shot here at Harrison in the first. Swung on and a chopper right behind Harrison. It's going to go all the way to center field, and she'll get a 2 RBI single. As Clark takes a nice chop at it. And I apologize. It looks like only a single RBI as only Emily Lundberry was able to get across. As that one is swung on over to shortstop. There's that throw home for the force out. And it's good. Nice toss by Mia Tobias. As Sophia Vycran goes down here, and that's going to end. And that's going to end it here in the first. Not before some damage is done, though, as the Yellow Jackets are up 6-0 over your Highlanders. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Highlander softball, Highlander softball, right here on Vype Live.
Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts.
Wait, hold on just a moment.
It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts. But did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at Vype, VYPE.com.
Welcome back out here to St. Andrews as the Yellow Jackets are out on the field. Don't want that keeps playing. That's weird. And now it's time for the Highlanders to take a crack at it. So starting batting order for your Highlanders, we're looking at number 4, right field, Amy Jackson. Number 8, center field, Vivian Champ. And shortstop, number 10, Mia Tobias. Batting cleanup, if she has a chance, is going to be third base. Number 21, Caroline Martino. Pitching for the Yellow Jackets is going to be Liliana Lucio, who will end up starting out the second inning for the Yellow Jackets once we get around that way.
Just so you don't start over.
And it looks like we are good and finished warming up for St. Anthony. Lucio throwing some heaters there while she was warming up. As out comes Amy Jackson for the first at-bat of the season here for your Highlanders. Lucio. Call on the pitch. There it is. Swung on, and that's going to be strike one here for Jackson. So it looks like she chipped the bottom of the ball there. As some of our parents dove back after. You always forget that the cage is there to protect you, but you don't want to lose that reaction time. As Lucio with the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed by Jackson. Brings your count 0-2. Lucio. Taking a look at her pitching arm. Swung on and missed. And Jackson, first casualty here on the bottom of the first for the Highlanders as she goes down swinging. Next up is going to be number 8, Vivian Champ, center field for the Highlanders. Lucio taking a quick look, checking her sleeve. Here's the first pitch for Champ. Swung on and missed. That was a heater over the plate by Lucio. It's going to bring your count 0-1. And the 0-1 swung on. A changeup there as Champ was looking for some heat. Wasn't there though. His swing was way too early. It's going to bring your count 0-2 for Champ. And Lucio looking very comfortable out on the mound. Here's your 0-2 pitch. That's going to be up high. Hit the bat, so Champ's got to make a beeline over to first, and she's going to make it. She's going to round it and go to second. And she'll get tagged going around, trying to get to second. As I think a little hesitation there. She rounded second, cost her on that one. So Amy's going to hit to first on an error. And then she'll get tagged out here. Going to second. For out number 2. Mia Tobias now is that first one right down the middle for strike 1. Swung on and missed for Tobias. Strike 2, and Lucio putting some mustard on the pitches so far, as I don't think I could make contact with that. As Tobias down 0-2 now. Gonna have to take your time here. Lucio winding up quick, swung on. That's gonna be chopped towards first base. It's gonna go foul though. And Tobias getting a piece of it. Count will stay 0-2. 2 outs. Nobody on base for the Highlanders so far. Lucio with the pitch. Swung on. And miss for Tobias. And she's going to strike out swinging. And that's going to do it for the Highlanders, and that'll do it for our first inning. So score's going to stay 6-0 here for the current start of the second. So while we hang out, let's have some fun. And let's check out this day in baseball history. I don't have any of this day in softball history, so we're going to have to hang out with baseball. But let's see. Check it out. March 8th, 1900. The National League decides to downsize to 8 teams for the season by eliminating circuits franchises in Baltimore, Cleveland, Louisville, and Washington. The 8 cities that remained for the National League. And it will stay the same for half the century until the Braves, who were a part of the teams that got to hang around, are going to leave for Boston and move to Milwaukee in 1953. The more you know, right? So, change up, it looks like. Nope, I apologize. Morgan Harrison coming out, back on the mound for the Highlanders here for the top of the second. Yellow Jackets with a commanding 6-0 lead. And looking to tack on more. So first up for the Yellow Jackets is going to be pitcher number 24, Liana Lucio, as she awaits Harrison to get warm and get loose. The last inning for the Yellow Jackets, only 2 hits, but were able to get through the order. 2 errors for the Highlanders and 3 left on base. Lucio getting ready to step into the batter's box. Harrison getting the call. And we're underway. First pitch for Lucio. Swung on and a fly towards left field, though. It's going to go foul and it'll hit a tree and fall down slowly. That'll be strike 1 for Eliano. Oh, 1 pitch from Harrison. It's going to be high. He's trying to get that drop. It wasn't there for her this time, though. Brings your count 1-1. Harrison, that one's going to drop right on the plate for ball 2. Two ones the count here for Lucio. Morgan Harrison. That one's going to go wide and outside for ball 3. So 3 ones to count. Harrison with the pitch. Swung on and right to left field. Line drive is going to drop. And trying to get to it. It was Nadia Shu. She was able to get it. Tosses it over to Martino. Martino's going to hold on to it. Not before Lucio, though, makes it all the way. We're going to give her a triple on that one, even though it was dropped there on the outside. Because I cannot tell how far she would have gotten. So Lucio with a triple here to lead off the second. As the first pitch to Sarah Samuels. She swings and doesn't quite get all of it. That'll be strike 1. Runner in scoring position for the Yellow Jackets. Harrison with a pitch. That one's going to drop on the plate. Bring your count to 1-1. And that one's going to tag Samuels on the elbow. So she'll make her way to first. On the hit by a pitch, which is going to bring up Janelle Reyna, number 5. Runners on the corners. Reyna walked her first time at bat here in the first. As she shows a bunt, tries to pull back, swings, and a chopper to third. Fielder's choice is going to go all the way to first. Caught in a collision at first base. Able to hold on to it, though, is going to be Sarah Carey. As that should be an out, I thought, because she held it and she hit base. We'll see what happens. We're going to get some clarification on what happened, but regardless of what happens, Lucio is able to get across, attack on another run. And Samuels will make her way over to second. Getting a discussion, and I'm not sure still what happened. I think what they're saying is possibly Sarah, when she caught it, came down but didn't come down on the base, and therefore the runner tagged first. So some clarification. I think that's what's going to happen, but let's see what our officials say. And taking their time, our officials. And they're going to rule her safe. Over at first, so Rena, we're going to get her over at first on an error. Samuels will advance on the air, and up comes Emily Lundberry. That was going to be low for ball one from Harrison. Runners at first and second for the Yellow Jackets now. Harrison with the pitch. That one's going to be high. Carter able to bring it down. It'll bring out ball two. Count goes 2-0. Harrison with the 2-0 pitch. That one's going to be missed by Carter. And it looks like, yep, Samuels is going to go ahead and make her way over to third on the wild pitch. Reyna will stay at first, though. So runners on the corners. Emily Lundberry, third base, looking to get a hit here. Here's the pitch for Harrison. And she's going to get walked over to first. To bring up bases loaded with Zamora Gonzalez. First base out to the plate now. She gets a call from her third base coach. Samuels at third, Reyna at second, Emily Lundberry at first. That one's going to be in the dirt as Carter is able to get in front of it from ball one. Gonzalez with a nice lean into the plate. She was hit by a pitch the first time at bat. That one is going to stay as a ball. So 2-0's account here for Harrison. She looks to dig out of the pickle she's in. Gonzalez swung on and missed for strike one. Brings your count 2-1. Bases loaded. No outs here in the top of the second for the Highlanders. As that one is going to be outside. Bring your count 3-1. Harrison with the 3-1 pitch. And they're going to say that one was outside, and Gonzalez will make her way on a walk. And again, with Samuels strolling across the plate for another run here for the Yellow Jackets. So 8-0 lead here for the Yellow Jackets, top of the second. Base is still loaded as that one's going to be swung on and missed as Daynella Mora Espinosa out on the plate now. Reyna at third, Emily Lundberry at second, Gonzalez at first as that one's going to be high from Harrison for ball one. 1-1 count here for Daynella. She struck out looking back in the first. Going to be out of the box for Harrison. Count goes 2-1. Harrison with the 2-1 pitch. That one's going to be in the dirt. It's going to roll. Carter able to get in front of it. Count goes 3-1. That one swung on and chipped right back at Harrison. Not able to get to it. As the runner, Lundberry, is going to round third and go ahead and take it home. As Espinosa will make it over to first on the single. So conversation at the mound here for the Highlanders. As Tobias and Martino, I apologize, go out to talk to Harrison. Top of the order back up now for the Yellow Jackets as Anna Lundberry out on the plate. Shows bunt, and they're going to say she pulled back in time. Brings a count 1-0. Second pitch hits the dirt for Harrison. You should count 2-0. Lumberry walked both times she's been up to the plate. As the pitch swung on, bunted, it's going to go foul. Brings you count 2-1 for Lumberry. And a Lumberry center fielder for the Yellow Jackets. She gets set for the pitch from Harrison. Swung on the chopper to Harrison. She's able to get to it. Toss to first is in time for the out. That's going to be a 1-3 out. For the first out here in the top of the second. Runners did advance for the Yellow Jackets. So runners and 2 runners in scoring position now. Gonzalez over at third, Espinosa at second. And Daniela Clark out to the plate now. It's Harrison with the first offer in the dirt. Carter able to stop it. It's going to bring your count 1-0. Clark with a single back in the first, and on base by error as well, as the top of the lineup flipped again in the first, as that one's going to go foul. Oh, excuse me, foul. Ball outside the box, brings your count 2-0 for Clark. Harrison with 1 out so far, swung on. That's a chopper between third and shortstop. It'll go all the way to left field. As 2 runs are going to go through. Gonzalez makes her way across. Espinosa makes her way. And Clark with a 2 RBI double brings home 2 more runs for the Yellow Jackets. I apologize. I hadn't updated the score here for the Yellow Jackets. It's going to be take the lead to 12-0 as that first pitch is in the dirt for Sophia Fiacron, as Clark is going to make her way over to third. Harrison with the pitch. It's going to drop in front as Fiacron almost swung at that one. Brings your count 2-0. So 1 out so far here in the second for the Highlanders. They look to tack on another. That one's going to be a high one to Carter. He's able to get to it. Brings the count 3-0 though. Daniela Clark at third base for the Yellow Jackets. Looking to come home. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be wide. Clark going to make her way in on the wild pitch. As Vycran's going to get walked over to first, which is going to bring the top of the order back up here for the Yellow Jackets with Eliana Lucio, who tripled back at the beginning of the second inning. Harrison with the offer. No call from our umpire, so it'll be ball 1 for Eliana. So 1-0's the count. Harrison with the pitch. That one's going to be low, drop in front. Taking off is Viacron. She's going to make it to second on the steal. This count's going to go 2-0 here to Lucio. Harrison with the pitch. That one's going to drop in front. Brings the count 3-0 for Lucio. She's getting the call from her third base coach. Harrison with the pitch. Up high as Lucio Wall watches it go by her. And she'll head over towards first on the walk. So Vicran over at second. Lucio at first on the walk. Next up is going to be Sarah Samuels, right field. And she was hit by the pitch, her Last time at bat. That one. Outside the box for Samuels. It'll be ball 1. Harrison still trying to find the strike zone. As the 1-0 pitch. High, can't quite hit the edge. Brings your count 2-0. That one's going to be wide outside in the dirt. Brings your count 3-0 for Samuels. I apologize, folks. I didn't update the score when Clark ran across. And that one's going to hit the strike zone for Harrison for strike 1. So Sophia Vicran over at second. Eliana Lucio at first. Sarah Samuels at the plate. She looks to bring some runs home. That one outside for ball 4. And Samuels will walk on over to first. Runners will advance. Lucio over at second. Vicran over at third now. And up to the plate. Janelle Reyna. She made it to first on an error her last time at bat. And was walked back in the first inning. Bases loaded so far. 1 out here in the top of the second. As the first pitch to Reyna swung on. It's going to go over the head of Harrison. Straight towards Tobias. She's going to hit it over to second base for the out. As Vicran's going to make her way across. Reyna will hit base on a fielder's choice. Lucio will make it over to third. And Samuels will be the second out here of the inning. To good 0-6-4. Emily Lundberry out of the plate. Second pitch to her. Outside the box as well. Brings your count 2-0. Lundberry walked here at the top of the second and was walked as well back in the first. Harrison, high pitch. And the runners are going to try to advance, and they will.
There's a runner on third. We should have been telling you. There's a runner on third.
That's going to be your count to 3-0. Lucio is going to make her way across. And Reyna is going to move into scoring position over at second on the steal. As that one is going to go outside the box for Lundberry. She'll make her way over to first on the walk, and runners at first and second now for Amora Gonzalez. First base. She makes her way out. As Gonzalez shows bunt, she pulls back. As that one over the plate, exactly where Harrison was looking for strike 1. One pitch. Strike 2 to Gonzalez. So runners at first and second here for Harrison. 2 outs. And here's the 0-2 pitch. And she gets her looking. As Harrison gets out of the inning. And the Yellow Jackets leave 2 runners on. They're going to come away with 1, 2 hits. 1, 2, and 2 errors. So, long top of the second here for the Highlanders as they trail 15-0 after Lucio made quick work back in the first. Leading off here at the bottom of the second for your Highlanders is going to be Caroline Martino, first base, as the Yellow Jackets take the field. Well, folks, while the Yellow Jackets warm up, we'll take a short break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Highlander Softball right here on Vype Live.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
Slowly getting cooler on this cloudy. Is today Monday? Today is Monday. On this cloudy Monday here at St. Andrews. Yellow Jackets coming to town to take on your Highlanders, and they currently have a lead, 15-0. As the bottom of the second is set to get underway. For those just tuning in, welcome out. It's Caroline Martino. Will be making her way out to the batter's box with Liliana Lucio throwing some heat for the Yellow Jackets. So first game of the year here for your Highlanders, which means there are many more to come, so be sure to tune in. Our first couple games were canceled against Texas School for the Deaf and Hill Country Christian, but be sure to tune in on Wednesday the 24th. So in a couple weeks here as John Cooper and your Highlanders will go at it over at John Cooper as our second inning for the Highlanders is about to set to get underway. Martino looking for the first pitch, swung on a popper over to left field and able to get to it. He's going to be the shortstop, Daniela Clark, for the first out. Next up for the Highlanders is number 22, Sarah Carey. Excuse me. She looks for the pitch. That one. Over the box, strike one. I do apologize. It looks like a quick swap as Lucio is now over at third base. Vyakran is over pitching now. As we'll see who's at second. Swung on. That's going to be a chopper towards Vyakran. It's going to go all the way to second base. The toss to first is in time for the out. And that's going to be a 4-3 for Carey for out number 2. So Lucio at third, Vyakran over pitching. Shortstop is still going to be Clark. And second base, I'm trying to get her number, folks. I can't seem to see it. It looks like Anna Lundberry. That one's going to be a ball for Morgan Harrison. He's a count 1-0. So Anna Lundberry now is over at second base. And I'm going to do a horrible job because I can't see that far into the outfield, so we're going to leave it as is. As the 1-0 pitch is high and unable to get to it was Janelle Moreno, but nobody on base, so no harm, no foul. Brings your count 2-0 for Harrison. That one going to catch the box for strike number 1. Brings your count 2-1. It's Vyakran finding the strike box pretty quick. There's the pitch, swung on, and another fly ball over towards left field. That's going to go foul and hit the tree. Brings your count 2-2 for Harrison. And she'll look to try again. 2 outs for the Highlanders here in the bottom of the second. As Martino popped out to shortstop, and Carey hit over to second for the toss over at first. Vyakran with a 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed by Harrison. As she will go down swinging to end the second for the Highlanders. So unable to put any runs up are the Highlanders, as it's the third inning. And the score is 15-0. Yellow Jackets with the lead. For the Yellow Jackets, Danella Mora Espinosa due out first to lead off the third. So far, the Yellow Jackets have done a good job each inning to really get on base and take their time, as they've only had 4 hits so far this afternoon for the 15 runs.
I'm actually doing pretty good for my knee philosophy every time I've been down. Well, as many times as I fell straight on my kneecaps, yeah,
Morgan Harrison getting some last second coaching here before she makes her way out. So into the second. Let's do another this day in baseball history, huh? Let's do one recent. How about that? So March 8th. We'll do 2011. How about that? MLB names Kim Ng as the Senior Vice President of Baseball Operations, making her the highest ranking woman in the major leagues. She was the Dodger Assistant GM since 2001. And she will report to Joe Torre, who managed in LA during the last 3 years of her tenure before she went up to the Senior VP of Baseball. So there you go. So as we discussed, next matchup here for your Highlanders is going to be on March 24th. That's a Wednesday with a 4 o'clock first pitch as they take on John Cooper. This is going to be the last non-league game, if you will, as right after it's going to be back-to-back-to-back, folks. So for you parents listening, be ready, as that following Friday the 26th, they look to take on Houston Christian here on the main campus on Southwest Parkway. And the Saturday, that next day, Duchesne Academy comes in to town as well, with the next away game being on April 16th. Now, I haven't noticed it's currently being rescheduled, so please be sure to pay attention to the emails and social media, whatever the coaches say, and we'll make sure we get everybody up to date on where we're going. But springtime, folks, so that means along with softball, baseball is also underway, as the Highlander baseball team has had quite a few games so far. They sit at a 2-5 record with their next game coming on Tuesday, tomorrow, as they take on Crockett High over at the Burger Center. So, Mora Espinosa out on the plate for the Yellow Jackets, as that one's going to go outside the box. Here's your count 1-0. It's Harrison out on the mound for the Highlanders. It's a 1-0 pitch. Looking for the changeup. It's going to drop right outside home plate. Brings your count 2-0. Harrison on that one, able to get a shot over towards between second and first. That's Mora Espinosa with a single, making her way over to first. Here in the top of the third. Anna Lundberry, second base now. She was center field, second base out to face Harrison, as the first pitch is in the dirt. Brings your count 1-0. Lundberry grounded out to Harrison. Back in the second. And back in the first, she was walked twice, as that one is going to be outside for ball 2. So 2-0 is your count here so far. Harrison getting the call with the pitch. And a bunt attempt. It's going to drop right in front. Toss back to first immediately, and they are going to let Lundberry make her way to first. We'll call that, and ultimately that is going to be a single. So Espinosa over at second, Lundberry at first, and Daniela Clark, number 10, shortstop, out on the plate. First pitch is in the dirt. Ball 1. Clark with a nice double the last time she came to the plate. And then she also hit a single and was on base in an error in the first, as that one is between the legs of Carter. Runners are going to advance. It's going to be ball 2 for Clark. As Lundberry and Espinosa move into scoring position for the Yellow Jackets. Harrison, the 2-0 pitch. That's the ball, and they're going to say it tagged her foot there, so Clark, going to note her as hit by a pitch, and she will head on over to first base. So bases loaded, no outs here in the top of the third for the Yellow Jackets. As Vype gets in, she hits a rocket over towards center field. That's going to go all the way to the fence line, bounce off. Runners are still moving here for the Yellow Jackets, as Vype is going to bring 2 in for a double. So Espinosa is going to make her way in, as is Anna Lundberry, and Clark will hold fast at third, as Ileana Lucio out to the plate. She showed a quick bunt and pulled it back out. And the good thing she did is that one went wide outside for ball 1. So 2 runs come across. We're going to update this to a 17-0 score here for St. Anthony's as they're in the lead. Harrison with the pitch. Going to drop out in front in the dirt. That'll be ball 2 to Lucio. Harrison with the 2-0 pitch. That one's going to be high, above eye level for Lucio. Bring your count 3-0. And Harrison in danger of walking a run in. And I said bases loaded, and it's not bases loaded, so I apologize. Swung on and a chopper to third, fielded very nicely with the toss over. Not in time, as it's going to get dropped at first. But Tobias with a nice job fielding over at short. So runners will advance, and Clark will make her way in. Wycran's holding at third. Lucio will get to first on an error. So runners at the corners, and Sarah Samuels out on the plate for the Yellow Jackets, as Lucio will trot over to first on that outside pitch to Samuels. Brings your count 1-0. Harrison with the 1-0 pitch. High and trying to get a drop inside. Not going to get the call though. Brings your count 2-0. So Vype over at third, Lucio at second, as that one's going to be high. Carter unable to get to it. It's going to go behind her. Runners are going to hold fast though, as Harrison came up to cover home plate. That will be ball 3 though for Samuels. So 3-0 is the count. Pitch in the dirt. And Samuels will head over to first on the walk. So now bases loaded. See, I was just predicting what was going to happen for the Yellow Jackets, as Janelle Reyna makes her way out onto the plate to face off with Harrison once again. First pitch for Reyna. going to be in the dirt. Carter able to stop it, but that's going to be ball one. Reyna made it to first on a fielder's choice here in the last inning, as well as on an error. And then was walked way back in the first inning, as that one's going to be in the dirt as well for ball number two. So 2-0 your count. Harrison still trying to get that strike box. It's a high one that time. Carter able to get to it. Brings your count 3-0. And a swung on. It's going to go foul down the third baseline. Reyna thought she had a good handle on that one. Brings your count 3-1. Bases loaded and no outs here in the top of the third. As that one's going to hit the dirt. Runners will make their way across. Vype comes in on the walk. She'll makes her way to third. Samuel's over at second. And Reyna at first on the walk. As that first one is missed by Emily Lundberry. Strike one. Harrison with the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and chopped foul by Lundberry. Brings your count 0-2. Lundberry so far to the plate 3 times, walked all 3 times, has yet to get a good stab at it. Harrison with the 0-2 pitch. That one's going to be high. There's ball one. Brings your count 1-2. And it looks like Lucio making her way back to the dugout. As that one's going to be a ball. Brings your count 2-2. Lucio getting the lead, and unfortunately not allowed to do that. So counted out. 1 out so far, as that one's going to be low. Brings your count 2-2 to Harrison. Emily Lundberry, though, at the plate. Runners on first and second. That one's going to hit the dirt. Full count now for Harrison, with 1 out in the inning. Amora Gonzalez up next for the Yellow Jackets. She continues to get warmed up there in the batter's circle. Sarah Samuels at second. Janelle Reyna at first for the Yellow Jackets. And Harrison with a full count now. And they're going to say that was just outside the box for a walk, as Lundberry gets on again with another walk. Runners advance. Bases loaded. That's Amora Gonzalez out on the plate. That one's going to hit just in the dirt right before home plate for ball number 1. Brings your count 1-0. Gonzalez struck out looking back in the second. Was also walked back in the second. And was hit by the pitch her first time at bat. Blah. That one goes low and outside. Ball 2. Swung on and a hit towards third. Fielded very nicely with a toss over to first is Mia Tobias. I'm sorry. She's moved over to third base, it looks like. That one going to be a 5-3 for out number 2. Runners did advance and was able to drive one more in as Samuels made her way across. It's going to be strike number 1. It's Danella Mora Espinosa. There's that one. Outside of it. Hit the box. Strike two. So runners in scoring position. Third and second. That one's going to hit the dirt. Brings your count 1 and 2 for Harrison. 2 outs so far here in the third inning. That one in front. Runners thinking about it. They're not going to do it. Brings your count 2 and 2. Espinosa. There's a Harrison pitch. Swung on. It's going to go right by Havin. Sarazotti, second base. And a single for Espinosa. As she drives another run in as Reyna makes her way across. So runners at the corners now with Emily Lundberry over at third base. And Espinosa over at first is that one. And Lundberry back at the plate now. It'll be ball one. Here's the pitch. Low one in the dirt. Should count 2-0. Up high, Lumber's going to take a crack at it. It's going to get chopped over towards short. That's Carolyn Martino at shortstop now. Runners. Lumberry will stay at third. Espinosa moving over to second. And Lundberry will make her way to first on an error. With 2 outs is Daniela Clark now on the plate. The batter's box, strike. Thrown for Harrison. Brings your count 0-1. Clark so far with 2 hits this afternoon. Swung on and there's another. That one's going to go high towards left center. Too far though for the outstretched hands of Vivian Champ, as 2 runners will make their way across. And it's going to be a single for Clark. She held fast over at first base. And Espinosa makes her way across for the score. Is that first one over to Sophia Vicran for ball one. Vicran, that one from Harrison goes in the dirt. And they're going to call the too many runs across here for Clark. Excuse me, for Vicran. And so we'll flip it out, and I'll get back to see if Vicran will make her way back out or not. But Highlanders now with a chance here in the bottom of the third. Well, they have quite the mountain to climb as they trail 23-0. Sophia Vicran out on the mound for the Yellow Jackets. She had some pretty nasty heaters back in the second. But we'll keep it here, folks. First up for the Highlanders, it's going to be Haven Sarazotti, second base. As she watches Vicran put some extra mustard on that one. Highlanders yet to get on base so far this afternoon. Yes. Champ almost made it on an error. But everyone else is either struck out or grounded out or popped out. One of the two. The first time for Sarasate, though. As she looks to face off with Vype. And the pitch. That's going to be low. Ball one. Sarasate. 1-0's your count. That one. Fast and high. It'll be ball two. Brings your count 2-0. And the pitch. Right down the middle. Sarasate got the call to let that one go by. Brings your count 2-1. As that one almost made it in. Brings your count 3-1 for Sarasate. And the pitch swung on and chopped for Sarasate. Brings the count full 3-2. As Vype throwing some heater. Here's the pitch. Swung on and chopped behind. Front of the foul for Sarasate is that one will be a strikeout. Okay, I was going to say, hold on, she should have one more. Unless this was a weird unspoken rule that I wasn't aware of. So full count for Sarasate. And the pitch. That one's going to be high, and Sarasate will take a base. Okay, I was going to say, take the base, go, go, go. And the Highlanders with the runner on base now is Nadia Shu, left field. Comes out to the box.
Somebody's got to come out and get the bat from her.
Vype checking her pitch log, if you will. Pitch swung on and missed. A big hack by Shu. It was a count 0-1. Vype swung on by Shu and missed. 0-2's the count. Nadia getting reset. She's taking some big swings. Got to catch up to the pitch, though. Vype got some heat on it. There's the pitch. Swung on and missed for Shu as she goes down swinging for out number one. Jay Carter now catcher, making her way out to the mound. Bottom of the third here. Yellow Jackets with a big lead. Highlanders trying to claw back. Sarasate out, and there's Carter with a pop. Is going to drop right outside the outstretched hands of Vype, and hanging was Sarasate. We're going to give a fielder's choice for this one. Even though it dropped, may have been in there, but we'll say fielder's choice, as Sarasate was thinking that the Yellow Jackets were going to field that one inside. It's usually an infield rule, but it is what it is. And top of the order now for the Highlanders is Amy Jackson out on the plate. She comes up, takes a hack at it. Can't connect. Strike one. So 2 outs for Vype. Carter over at first. Coming up and getting a piece of that one. Goes Jackson.
That's what we like to see.
Brings your count 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. As Carter makes a move, but that will be the third strike for Jackson, and unfortunately that is going to be the ball game as the run rule will apply as the Yellow Jackets have a 23-0 lead. So that'll do it for us folks here for this afternoon. Is game number 1 doesn't quite go the way of the Highlanders against the Yellow Jackets. Remember folks, league play will begin here in a couple weeks with game number 1 as your Highlanders look to take on John Cooper Dragons over at John Cooper with a 4 o'clock first pitch on Wednesday, March 24th, followed by Houston Christian on the 26th, the 5 o'clock pitch, and a noon first pitch on that following Saturday against Duchesne Academy. So, for all of our softball players, everybody over at Vype, and everybody over here at St. Andrews, we want to thank you folks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. And until then, we will see you next time.